A touch of class. Brought to you by Devondale Dairy Goodness. Distributed on Guam by Market Wholesale.
For over 25 years, Daniel Boeding has been teaching at Father Dueñas Memorial School.
I love teaching it. It was never easy for me. So I often get from the boys, "Oh, sir, you got that so fast." I'm like, "No, I didn't. It's just I've been doing it a long time and I know the tricks and how it works." So when a student comes to me and says, "Sir, I don't get it. I don't know how to do this," I can look back in my past and I can remember sitting in that desk and not getting it. So I think that helps me explain things a little bit more clear.
Boeding teaches geometry to sophomores at the Manila private school using an unconventional style.
It's my favorite. I think in terms of shapes, so it makes it easier for me to teach. It's not quite as abstract. I can say this is a parallelogram, this is a trapezoid, this is a hexagon, and I can actually show them what it is.
He said it was a professor back in college who inspired him to become an educator.
Dr. Tom Reed was his name, and he asked me to be a teacher assistant in his classroom. And about halfway through the year as an assistant, he pulled me aside and he said, "I think you'd be really good at this. I think you should consider teaching." So although I was a psychology major, I sort of shifted my focus and went back and got credits in secondary math, and been doing that pretty much ever since.
Before heading to the home of the Friars, Boeding had taught in Japan and even in Minnesota. But what brought him to Guam?
There was a need. When I first moved to Guam, it seemed to me that there was a lot of social science teachers, and I went down to the certification office and asked where the need was, and they said math and science. So because of that, I decided to get certified in secondary math.
Boeding is a teacher that current and even former students think so highly of. In fact, FD alumni and class of 2015 salutatorian Nainoa Calvo, who currently attends Stanford University in California, had to submit an essay noting who his most influential teacher was and why. He selected Boeding. He was awarded the Teacher Tribute Initiative by Stanford.
I did not see that coming. I was very honored and extremely humbled. He's a great student, and I love the chance to have taught him, and it's a great honor.
As for what is most rewarding for this teacher who is respected by so many of his students?
The most rewarding part is when you see somebody go from D's and F's to A's and B's. That's the most rewarding part. When you see the lights start clicking on and you can see them starting to understand it, when you can see that the work pays off and they feel confident in themselves and they leave the room a more confident person than when they entered.
With this week's Touch of Class, I'm Jonah Goncharfris.
A touch of class. Brought to you by Devondale Dairy Goodness. Distributed on Guam by Market Wholesale.